police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, we about to talk about the UDFAs. We in the building.
What up, Lo?
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation, we are in the building. And look, hey, it looks a little different. I know I look a little different. Hey, let me just say this right now. Y'all say a prayer for my laptop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to put it in the shop. I don't know what's gonna cost. So please, you know what I'm saying, congregation, say a prayer for my laptop. I'm gonna do as best as I can while I can with all that I got. I'm using some different devices, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get this live out for y'all. So please make sure you show this channel some love by hitting that like button early, okay? Hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. All right. And let me give y'all the Raider Twan brown cracker salute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, I'm feeling a little different because just all of this stuff going on, but I'm gonna try to do my best to get through this content. Yes, we're talking about the UDFAs of the Raiders, and it, woo, if you like the Raiders, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, go ahead and subscribe, get active, get moving and grooving with the best chat that YouTube has to offer, and that is the congregation. Yes, sir. Blessings to everybody out there. We are on the goal for 500 subscribers by week one. Yeah, that's right. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers by week one. And we can do this. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. If we get to 500 subscribers by week one, a lucky subscriber will win a pair of black Air Forces. All right. I ain't playing with y'all. Go ahead and subscribe. Get your chance to win a pair of black Air Forces from yours truly, Raider Twan. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys share this out to your friends and loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Share this out to your even your haters. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that that the Raider Nation ain't nothing to mess with. All right. Ooh. All right, all right. So we talking about the UDFAs. I'm excited about these UDFAs. Um, in looking in to the UDFAs, um, my overall thought was when they first came out, I was like, oh, a lot of these guys are definitely going to push for some roster spots. And shout out to Tom Telesco, shout out to his staff, shout out to Coach Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce said that he wanted to bring in competition, and I think that's exactly what he did, and what they did. They brought in a whole lot of competition, and like I said, some of these guys that I thought that were going to make the roster, it's going to be some tough sledding for them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think um, when they first came, I was like, yeah, there's gonna be a few, and there's gonna be some guys I'm gonna talk about now that definitely still can push for the roster. But I was really high on some of these guys actually making the roster. And again, as time has gone by, as Tom Telesco still making moves and Willing and Dylan, um, it's going to be even tougher for them to make the roster. But that just shows you the real depth of the Raiders and the possibility of what we're building here. Excuse me, within the Raider Nation. So um, let's get into the UDFAs. Let's talk about the UDFAs. If you have not hit that like button, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that like button. Why? And let me tell you why. And I'll show you why.
Fucking Stizan. Stizan. Twan, hey Twan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
That's right. Hit that like button. All right. Get us going, get us moving and grooving. And again, pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do around here. That's what I'm gonna that's the new slogan we're gonna put out here is pay your tithes. And how you pay your tithes is hit that like button and you say something in the chat. Okay. That's also how you can join the congregation is also by paying your tithes. And that's hitting the like button and you know what I'm saying? Of course, subscribing. Um, but we want to talk about the UDFAs and go along with the UDFA. Let me go ahead and pull this up here for you guys. Um, make sure I got the right one here. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go off of this list here for you guys, and I'm gonna go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about all the UDFA's, and then I'm gonna go into the UDFA's that I think have a higher chance. Certain guys that I think um, that are intriguing to um, to our situation here with the Raiders, and um, and I might give you a little information on. Well, I actually am going to give you some information on uh, the UDFA's that I think um, what I saw from it. Okay, you guys can always tell me your Raider gospel. You guys know how I get down here. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm definitely going to give you this information for sure on the UDFA's. So starting off with the UDFA's, and this is not in any specific order, just going and listing the UDFA's. We have Carter Bradley, a quarterback from South Alabama. Okay. Jake Johanning, he's a guard. Okay. From Furman. Andrew Coker, tackle from TCU. Okay. Amari Gaynor, linebacker, North Carolina. Oh, did I lose it? Yeah, I did. Let me pull this up again. Technology, right? There we go. Woo! Okay. Let's start this. Okay. We'll start all over. Okay. Um, we got Clark Barrington from Baylor. He's a guard. Adding on to Andrew Coker and Carter Bradley, which I've already spoke about. Jeff Foreman, Arkansas State. Defensive tackle, Tamari Fox from North Carolina. Defensive end, TJ Franklin. Okay. We talked about Amari Gaynor. Cornerback, Woo Governor from Northern Iowa. Wide receiver, Tulu Griffin from Mississippi. Wide receiver, Ramel Keaton from Tennessee. Center, Will Putnam from Clemson. Safety, Phelan Sanford. He's coming from Nebraska. Defensive tackle, Noah Shannon, Iowa. Cornerback, Jaquan Shepard, Maryland. Defensive end, Ron Stone, Washington State. Cornerback, Rashad Williams, Texas Tech. Those are all the 17 of our UDFAs. Those are guys that Telesco and staff have identified as guys that they wanted to bring in to add competition and add depth to this roster. And I think there's going to be some guys there that we will definitely see and look at that definitely can make a push for this roster. You guys give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, all right. And we're back. All right. Let me give y'all another Raider Twan Brown Cracker salute. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. All right. So those are our 17 UDFAs, and within those UDFAs, there's some guys that when I went back, because what I do, and I'll tell you how I went about it. Um, I try to pull as much tape as I can, highlights and etc. information on these UDFAs, and there's some guys that actually popped out on tape for me. Um, some guys that I thought definitely have a chance to. I'm not gonna say completely make the team for sure, but definitely push for some of these spots on the back end of our roster. And out of those 17 guys, Let me count them off because I ain't even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the 17, I think I got about 7 that kind of stick out to me. Um, and to be honest with you, I don't look at. Um, I really didn't really look at offensive line. I know Andrew Coker is definitely a guy that has been people have been talking high about. Um, you know, and I let that play out the way that plays out. But I'm looking more on the defensive side, and I'm looking at our skill position, which is our wide receivers, um, on this current list. So when I'm talking about these guys, this is what I looked at. This is what I thought. This again, this is my Raider gospel. Y'all know I talk Raider gospel here, and you guys can let me know what you guys think. Um, in the comment section. I will get to your comments and questions a little bit later on, um, as we go along. But looking at um, starting off with our defensive end, UDFA TJ Franklin. Um, what I saw from TJ Franklin um, was I saw that he had awareness um, with his hands. He actually was one of those guys that, you know, we talk about it defensive end wise, where if your pass rush ain't getting there and you see the quarterback about to throw the ball, get your hands up. Um, he's one of those guys that has awareness in that aspect of um, blocking passes, and also in the special teams. He's also been one of those guys that actually can um, that has hand blocked a lot of special teams things. Um, and that was another thing I pointed out, is that he plays special teams, so you don't have to worry about him not being a special teamer. He can also play special teams, along with um, he sets the edge well. And that's one thing that you need from your defensive ends. Um, we've had issues where, in the past, where we've had defensive ends rush well, but also at the same time, people were, um, you know, um, rushing off the same side. What I'm saying, that they were supposed to be guarding. So that is definitely a plus for TJ Franklin. And I think TJ Franklin is one of those guys that can push for, being that may even compete for that last defensive end spot. It depends on how many defensive ends they decide that they want to hold. Um, but I think that would be a guy to definitely be looking at in the preseason. These are guys that definitely I will be looking at in the preseason. These will also be guys that um, I'll be, um, pushing for in the preseason, um, moving forward. So, um, and that might be as far as they go. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, right? But one thing that we know with Coach Antonio Pierce is that he's trying to establish um, depth, and I think TJ Franklin is the start of creating that depth. Okay. The next person, um, and this is a guy that I actually, even though, like I said, I have these guys that I'm highlighting, um, this is a guy that I'm actually really excited about. And I think this guy, let's just get into it. He's a linebacker slash, and hear me, linebacker slash edge. Okay. Amari Gainer. Okay. A guy came from Florida State, um, and also North Carolina. Okay. So going into his tape, you have to watch both to get a real gist of what he can do. And what I got with him is linebacker with pass rush abilities. He's that hybrid. Um, if y'all remember, even with McDaniels, and it didn't work because he ended up getting hurt. I believe he got hurt real early in the season. Um, but remember, we brought over Frackwell. He was a linebacker. Frackwell. I think he also came from the Packers to to us, and he was actually supposed to be a real key piece in the Patrick Graham defense to be that linebacker slash pass rusher, kind of have that versatility, could flip it around, move it around, do whatever he needs to do from there. Um, that's what you can get with Amari Gainer. Okay. Amari Gainer also is a very hard hitter. Okay. When you start watching his tape, you'll see him pop players and tackle well. Um, he can cover. That's the benefit of him, is that he has pass rush ability, but he also can cover. And I think that's why he was uh, considered a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Over with Florida State as an outside linebacker. He also is a good tackler. And what I noticed from his tackling is that he tackles well in open field. And that's what you definitely need um, from everybody that plays defense, but you definitely need that from your linebacking position, right? Um, I said it early in regards to Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham wants to play the 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 3-4 and the 4-3, and Amari Gainer gives him that flexibility. In the 3-4, he can be that linebacker, that outside linebacker. But in the 4-3, he can be that speed rush DN. Okay, and because he has the pass rush ability, you can also he also is a good blitzer from the linebacking position, because again he's a linebacker that plays, that has that pass rush ability. Okay, so that's Amari Gainer. Okay, the next guy that I want to talk about and highlight before I give shout outs to everybody in the chat is another guy that I'm really high on. And I think he's a guy that I'm rooting for to um, to make this team. And and to be honest with you, it's going to be tough for him, even with me saying this, because Telesco brought in a lot of players at this specific position, and that's at cornerback. Um, Obviously, it seemed like the guys that they had, of course, they want to bring in competition, but they're not satisfied with what's in that room, and they brought in guys that can possibly push for um, push for the position, right? So um, I'm excited about this player, and his name is Woo Governor. Okay, Woo is his nickname, but that's what they call him, Woo Governor. Okay, his last name is Governor. Okay, and Woo Governor is a good tackler. He has ball skills, which means that he intercepts the ball well, and also can take it to the house. Okay, and there's tape out there that's shown that he can do exactly that: intercept the ball and take it to the house. Pick six. Okay, he plays with good energy and swag. And I think that's another thing that adds to our um, our room. We already know what kind of swagger our DBs are already bringing to the table, and I think Wu Gainer would fit exactly what we're trying to do in that room. Okay, and overall with the Raiders. Also with Wu Gainer, um, and I noticed this in his interviews, and also certain things that I picked up in studying who Wu Gaynor actually is. He's a leader. Okay, he was out there training, teaching people, helping his teammates, being a leader. But he also is a film rat where he studies film, and you can tell that in his game. And I think a lot of and when you break down his tape and when you start seeing what he was doing, you could tell based on the highlight or based on the tape, you could tell that was a film, film pick or a film something he saw in the film to make him react the way that he reacted, and um, that's going to be huge for him moving forward in regards to um, making the team, making noise for the team, and getting into the NFL. So I'm actually high on um, these two guys that I said, Wu Gaynor and um, Wu, Wu Governor and Amari Gaynor. Okay, Wu Governor, cornerback, and linebacker edge Amari Gaynor. I want to give a shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Blessings to everybody in the chat. You guys know I give the Raider roll call. Y'all know I give the Raider roll call, and I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chats. Y'all know what it is. Ray Love is in the building. Yes, sir. Okay. Navy vet, good to see you. Blessings to you. 2 Cents is in here giving his 2 cents. Daniel Berry Sports, good to see you. Blessings to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool Kev is in the building. $2. Blessings to you, Cool Kev. Virginia Hernandez, good to see you. Blessings to you on today. Milka Beezy, D Menace, my mod. Good to see you. Blessings to you, Milka Beezy. Like cereal. You know what it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, I know this is an early one, so um, I appreciate y'all coming in. And those that are here on the replay, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Okay? Quit playing with yourself and subscribe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you guys can tell, I'm swiping. I'm on a different device, and you know what I'm saying. Let me do this. Hey, hey, eat your brown crackers. All right, eat your brown crackers. Um, you guys know live. Make sure you guys organ donors. Please be an organ donor. Hit that exclamation point DON in the chat to be an organ donor. If you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twan, and then also exclamation point PRAY. That's right, exclamation point pray gives you the link to my IG. You send your prayer request there, and I can be in prayer for whatever is going on in your life. Okay. Now let's get back into the UDFAs. Make sure I got everybody. Okay. Nightbot is doing its thing. All right. Going into the UDFAs. Oh yeah, I have these. Sorry. See, that's what I get for not doing. All right. So we talked about, just a recap. We talked about TJ Franklin. Okay. We talked about Amari Gaynor, linebacker and edge. We talked about cornerback Wu Governor, which I'm very high on. And now we're going to talk about wide receiver Tulu Griffin. Okay. Tulu Griffin uh, is in this wide receiver room is definitely going to be some competition. They brought in some vets like Gallup and Guyton to add to who we had already there. Of course, we lost Renfro and some guys on the back end. Um, DJ Turner's still there. Tucker's still there. Um, but we still need some guys in that wide receiver room, right? Um, Tulu Griffin may fit that bill. He's a speedy wide receiver that has the deep threat going for himself, and definitely we need that. One thing that Telesco and AP said, and they've been saying, is that they want speed, and I think that's why they brought in these guys, for speed, um, situations, and we need to get faster at wide receiver, right? We need situations where we can throw the ball 3 yards and that person can take it to the house. Okay. And I think Tulu Griffin fits that bill. He is a speedy wide receiver that has yards after the catch abilities, and he breaks tackles. Okay. He breaks arm tackles. If you don't hit him square up, you might miss him. Okay. And that's a good thing at wide receiver. And a lot of wide receivers, they catch the ball, and you can hit them with a pinky, and they go down, right? But with Tulu, if I seen him break a lot of arm tackles, okay, um, and that is definitely a positive. Also, the versatility is there with Tulu Griffin. Okay, Tulu Griffin also has special teams ability. Okay, so we might see some different. We might see, and I think that we're overall with the team. Um, there's going to be a lot of competition in regards to who we have in our return game, and that's also a good thing because remember, You know, you might have one return guy, but he might get hurt. Who's the next guy up? So to have multiple guys that can return, what I'm saying? You got two, what I'm saying? If Tulu makes the team, you got Tulu, you got Tucker, you got Dylan Lobby that just got drafted. You know what I'm saying? You got so many guys, and I can keep going. Um, you know, on guys that can return um, in the return game. So Tulu Griffin adds more to the list, right? So definitely he is a guy that we can look at. Um, and definitely I'll be looking at it in the preseason because I know he'll probably be utilized a lot um, during that time to show his worth, right? Next wide receiver is a guy that I really wasn't too high on. Um, but there is something definitely to keep an eye out for in regards to this player, and that is Ramel Keaton. Okay, Ramel Keaton came from Tennessee. He was the receiving threat for uh, the big arm quarterback Joe Milton, um, and he was the speedy wide receiver that also has yards after the catch ability, almost similar to Tulu Griffin um, there. And also with Ramel Keaton, what I saw from his tape, which stuck out to me, was that he was always available um, for the quarterback. And not just available for the quarterback just as a wide receiver, but he was available for the quarterback in the sense of when the quarterback's on the move and the quarterback's trying to improvise because the pass rush is not, is on his tail, and on the move. You got, as a wide receiver, your route might be going the opposite way, but you have to adjust, and so that's your friendly for your quarterback that's under duress. And Ramel Keaton did that a lot for Joe Milton. There was a lot of times where Joe Milton was under duress. We know that Joe Milton has an arm, but he was under duress, and here comes Ramel Keaton being that friendly hand to his quarterback. So definitely Ramel Keaton is a guy to definitely keep an eye out on, to look at moving forward. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I got to give y'all Raider Twan Brown Cracker salute. Yes, sir. And let me go with this guy here. I'm gonna go a little out of order because the last guy is definitely a guy that I'm really high on. But this is a guy that definitely we need to look at, and that is Jaquan Shepard. Jaquan Shepard, not Jaquan. Jaquan, okay? Jaquan Shepard. Again, like I said in the cornerback room, it's going to be a jam-packed room. There's going to be a lot of competition there, and I'm excited about it because I think it's just ultimately going to make our team better overall. And what does Jaquan Shepard bring to the table, you might ask? He brings physicality. Okay? He's a very physical corner. And that could go both ways. There's positives and there's negatives, right? There's pluses and you know what I'm saying? There's positives, there's negatives, there's pluses and minuses to being a physical corner, right? I always talk about panties on the ground, and you guys know panties on the ground here at Raider Twan is what I call flags. Okay, when the referee throws flags, that's panties on the ground. Okay, and being a physical corner can warrant panties on the ground, but also a physical corner can set that swagger and that tone of what we're about in regards to our defense, right? Um, and when you look at our other corners, they also are physical, swaggerish corners, right? Jaquan Shepard also plays the ball well, has ball skills, which means he intercepts the ball. He also is one of those guys, not only intercepting the ball, but he fights all the way to the ground, which means when the ball is caught, he's swiping at the ball to knock the ball away from the wide receiver so it can be an incomplete pass. Okay, and that was a positive in regards to Jaquan Shepard. So you have a physical corner that has ball skills, that can intercept, is fighting with the wide receiver after catch, and also along with that physicality, I think it just the one word I can identify with Jaquan Shepard is physical, because the next thing that I'm going to say in regards to Jaquan Shepard is that Jaquan Shepard also has blitz ability. Okay, he can blitz from the corner position, and it takes a special type of person to be able to blitz from the corner position to disguise himself, but also get to the spot where he needs to get to finish off the job. And Jaquan Shepard actually has that in his tool belt. So, um, like I said, the cornerback room is going to be a tough room with MJ Devonshire and you know and Decameron, you know what I'm saying, Richardson, that we drafted, you know what I'm saying, added to who we already have there. It's going to be a tough room. But I think Jaquan Shepard, um, if he takes the coaching, and adjusts to the NFL level, I think he might be a guy that we can have on the back end, or maybe we can stash, um, you know, in the practice squad. Okay. And as I come to my last guy and my final thoughts on the guys that I talked about, and then I'll get into your questions and comments because I see you guys in there getting it active. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the congregation on this day. This guy I'm very high on. And there's certain guys, like I said, with you guys heard me say this with Trey Taylor. I said, there may not be room for him, but you gotta make room for him. And this is a guy that I believe you gotta make room for. Okay. What else can I say about this guy without giving too much on him? I think that's it. I just truly believe this is definitely a guy that I'm gonna be rooting and pushing for. Okay. I already said I'm very high on Amari Gaynor. For those that want to keep record, I'm very high on Amari Gaynor. I'm very high on Woo Gaynor. I mean Woo Governor. Okay. Amari Gaynor. I'm very high on Woo Governor. And then my third guy that I'm very high on is defensive tackle Noah Shannon. Okay. This guy is a baller. Okay. This is a guy that we definitely need here in silver and black. Okay. This is another guy that brings nastiness to our D line. Okay. He's a physical defensive tackle. He's an interior pass rusher that brings pressure and tackles for loss. Okay, hear me out on this, guys. Okay. Okay, this is another guy, just like you guys. You guys remember I was talking about Jack Jones before Jack Jones got here. Okay. Noah Shannon is a guy that I'm putting my hat on. I'm putting my bid in for Noah Shannon. Okay. Has pass rush ability. Okay. He's not just a D lineman that clogs up the line, but he pass rushes. Okay. He has a quick get off from the line. Soon as the snap, Noah Shannon's off to the races. Okay. And he's slippery. Okay. O linemen will have hard times getting their hands on Noah Shannon. Okay. If you go and watch his tape, you'll see how many times he slipped right through the interior of the line and was in the quarterback's face a second after the ball was snapped. Okay. And that's what I believe Noah Shannon's going to bring to the Raiders. Now, you may ask, wait, do we need another defensive tackle? That's up for interpretation, right? That's up for debate, and that's up for review. But I will say that with Noah Shannon, you got to make room. you got to make room. Okay. Now, I will say this, and as much, and I like Adam Butler, and we're going to talk about the Raiders in regards to Noah Shannon, because I think that he actually can make the 53. Okay. I like Adam Butler. And of course, Wilkins ain't going anywhere. Right? So where is Noah Shannon going to go? He can be that third or fourth defensive tackle in the pass rush situation. Okay? And you may possibly, in order to make room for him, you might want to slide Tyree out to the defensive end spot. But I believe that Noah Shannon is a guy that definitely needs to make the roster. My final thoughts, you guys. I think we added depth. I think we added some guys that definitely, overall, all 17. I highlighted 7, but out of the 17, I think we added some guys that are definitely going to make some room. I think we can stash some of these guys on practice squad. I hope that we can stash some of these guys on the practice squad. But the guys that I highlighted, I think they'll be pushing for some of those fringe spots. And the 3 that I really am high on, like I said, for those that are keeping record, is Amari Gaynor, linebacker, Wu Governor, the cornerback, and Noah Shannon, the defensive tackle. And I think the preseason is going to be very exciting because of the competition that's going to be created. And to see where these guys, after getting the proper NFL coaching, what kind of jump they'll make moving forward. You know that word, that phrase in the Bible talks about it. Iron sharpens iron. Well, I think this is some iron that's going to be able to sharpen some of the iron that's currently on the roster. Maybe some guys that felt comfortable in their spots, maybe felt like, hey, I may not be the number 1, but there's nobody worse than me. Type of situation, and I might be saying that wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I think we actually added some real competition. As I sit back and really look at our team on the top of my head, I really don't know a spot that doesn't really have competition. And you guys can help me out in the chat and let me know what you guys think about that. But I don't think there's a spot that doesn't have competition outside of the obvious. Because remember, I told you there's three players safe, right? Max Crosby, Daniel Carlson, and AJ Cole. You know what I'm saying? Outside of those 3 positions, I think there's competition. Yes, there's competition for Devontae Adams because Jacoby Myers is right behind him. Because I believe Jacoby Myers is a number 1 wide receiver. Right? So there's even competition there. Even though I believe Devontae is still one of the top 3 wide receivers. And he's in that top 3 group definitely in the NFL. But hey, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. I'm gonna go into the section. You guys see my hand moving around because again, forgive me for that because I gotta. I'm pushing. Um, the way I'm working the screen is touch screen. Um, Let me shout out some people that are in here before I start looking at comments. SoCal Sal, good to see you. Hey, the legal services, the official legal services of the Red Twan channel, Circus and Associates. Hey, Cliff, Clifford, Clifford, the big black dog. Shout out to you, my homie Clifford, the big black dog is in the building. And that's what I call him. That's what Ray Twan calls him. Clifford, the big black dog. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have red dogs over here. We don't have no red dogs over here. We have black dogs, and Clifford is a black dog. All right. Hey, hey, Clifford. I don't. Again. Let me clarify. Hey, Clifford, is it? Let me know if it's okay if I call you the black dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to be offended. But you know what I'm saying. I'm saying it all in love. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying it all in love. Um, let me scroll up and see what y'all got. Let me see what y'all got. Y'all know what I do. You know what I'm saying? I talk my stuff and y'all talk back. Okay. Circus is coming in with some hot fire. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in with some hot fire. True Raider, good to see you. I see you in the chat. I'm sorry for skipping you. I'm using some different technology around this campground. Um, Circus said cut Minshew for Carter Bradley. You know what? Hey, and I'll say this with Carter Bradley. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes you be saying some hot takes and stuff like that, Circus, but Carter Bradley is known um, for being actually very accurate. Um, and I still have to dive in a little more into him, and definitely I'll be keeping my eye out on him in regards to the quarterback position. I think Carter Bradley will, if he does well, he might be protected. You know what I'm saying, on our practice squad because I don't see him um I don't see him making the 53. And the reason why I don't see him making the 53 is because um you have AOC, you have Minshew, and you also have um Anthony Brown. And the thing about Anthony Brown and AOC and Minshew is that all those quarterbacks have played and started in the NFL. So they have starter NFL experience. Um, so I don't know if Carter Bradley is going to be able to push, you know what I'm saying? Um, push, you know what I'm saying, to be that. And the reason why I also say that is because numbers wise, you have your starting quarterback, you have your backup quarterback, and then you have your emergency quarterback that doesn't count to your I believe it's your day count, right? You know, the game day count, right? So if we went down, and I hope y'all can hear that. I'm knocking on wood. Knock on wood if you with me. All right. Um, if our two quarterbacks go down, are we really relying on the UDFA to carry us? Or would you rather have someone that's already started in this league be that emergency guy? Right? Um, but hey, I hope Carter Bradley does, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line push to the make the roster. I think there might be a situation where Minshew maybe next year gets cut and then Carter Bradley comes in and maybe be that, backup quarterback, or at that time maybe our emergency, you know what I'm saying, after sitting on the practice squad. But yeah, I think he's definitely at this point. I would put him as our fourth quarterback, but we'll see if he does his thug thizzle during preseason and make some noise. He might, who knows? He might beat Anthony Brown and push for a 53 spot, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. And if you like the Raiders, go ahead and subscribe. I'm reading your guys' chat. By saluting everybody, I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, hey, Cliff. Hey, my boy, Cliff. My boy Cliff made it clear. I'm showing receipts. He said, like the name Twan, no red. Hey, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We black bulls over here. You know what I'm saying? When we see red, we tackle that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We hit that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do around here. And Cliff, you are the big black dog here on the Raider Twan channel. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cliff. You know what I'm saying? Cliff, the big black dog. Okay? That's the only exception. But you know what I'm saying? When it comes when we see red, you know what I'm saying? When we see red out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I'm saying? We giving it one of them. Take that. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy. All right. Shout out to my boy. Hey, shout out to all the homies in the north. Shout out to all my partners in the south. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I got love for both. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Ready, Romeo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Blessings to you on today. MVP. Okay, Carter Bradley. Some of you guys are high on Carter Bradley, and I think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? What I saw from Carter Bradley, like I said, I liked it. But if you ask me my Raider gospel, I just think that he's our fourth quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And um doesn't mean that we'll lose him, because again, like I said, the Raiders do have an option um to I don't want to say stash him, but put him on the practice squad and give him one of those protected um spots. if they think he's worth that. Okay. And also, in regards to the quarterbacks, I think everybody, all the quarterbacks that I talked about, the Anthony Brown, the Minshew, and AOC, they're all going to be fighting for that starting spot because I think they all believe deep down within themselves that they can be a starter in this league. Anthony Brown came over from the Ravens. He was the backup for um for Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So he's been waiting for, of course there's some things he needs to work out, but you know, he's been wanting that opportunity and chance to show everybody that he can be a starter. So I think he's gonna be coming in. You know what I'm saying? I think right now you know, on paper he might be penciled as that third quarterback, but I think he's like, hey, I don't care if you think I'm the third quarterback. Let me show you that I can be that number one. You know, True Raider said Minshew is a Pro Bowler. How can we talk about cutting him? Hey, hey, that's for consideration, right? Circus said I'm trolling. Hey, but hey, to be honest with you, Circus, and I know you be, like I said, I know you be trolling, but like I said, Carter, there's some things there with Carter Bradley. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying he's a guy, oh, we need to really look out for or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I would, give it a little you know, side eye look at him, you know what I'm saying, and see what he does. Especially since we know that everything is going to be a competition. You know what I'm saying? We know that everything that's going to happen with the Raiders now is going to be a competition. So hey, why not Carter Bradley throw your name in that hat? And we'll see how they get used also in the preseason. Um because that also give us an indicator on where they're shaping that quarterback room. True Raider said Minshew is my boy. Y'all might be high. Y'all are high for real. He's all heart. Uh huh. Makes plays and he isn't isn't throwing interceptions like Jameis. Dude can play. I'm not mad at it. I like our quarterback room right now. You know what I'm saying? What would I say? Would I like something better in there? Of course, but if they say these are our guys, and we're rolling with these guys, I think with our defense and whatever everything else that's in play, I think whoever our quarterback is will and can win games for us. It's just making sure that whoever the quarterback is um doesn't, you know uh put the ball in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And lose us games because they're just out there being willy nilly. You know what I'm saying, with the football. So we'll see where that rolls, and I'm glad that we are moving forward and having that competition because again, like I said, iron sharpens iron. There goes the Bible for some of y'all. Iron sharpens iron, and I think in that quarterback room, I think you know it's not like a big iron is sharpening a little iron. I think those irons are kind of about the same size. You know what I'm saying? And that sharpening each other. Hey, hey, it's definitely gonna make some competition in that room. Salute, blessings, everybody. Hey, I see you, John Jackson. Good. Hey, welcome. This is Raider Twan. Hi, I'm Raider Twan, and this, the group in chat that you're in, I call that the congregation. Is open to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It is open to everybody. Of course, I talk Raiders. But if you are a fan of another team, you know what I'm saying, you're also welcome to come in and talk. You know what I'm saying? And talk your team. I also talk about the NFL. So if you have a team and you have a question about your team, I can tell you, my opinion on your team. As long as you come in respectful, that's all we ask. You know what I'm saying? If you come in respectful, that you can definitely join the congregation. And how you join the congregation is you hit the like button, say something in the comment section, which you've already done, and subscribe. So welcome, and definitely come check this out. Raider Gabe, blessings to you on today. Hope to see you. Not hope to see you. Well, I do hope to see you sometime, but blessings to you and hope all is well with you. Minshew is the quarterback one opening day. Okay. Gabe thinks that Minshew is number one. And that might be the case. You know what I'm saying? That really might be the case. I'm fine with I'm fine with all of them. I'm rooting, to be honest with you. I'm kind of more on what Coach AP has said in regards to AOC being the starter. But again, it's his job to lose, right? And he can possibly lose that in competition if Minshew goes out there and does his thing, right? Um, but that just ultimately makes our team better, right? If Minshew becomes our starter, then that means AOC is our backup. And hey, I'm not mad if Minshew if AOC becomes our backup, because I know that AOC, if he becomes our backup, will get the job done. Hey, thanks for showing up at random. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it doesn't matter how you got here. I'm just glad that you are here. Okay. Thank you for watching and showing. And I hope something I say helps your day in the Raider Nation. If you are a Raider fan, if you're not, let me know. Let me know what team you like, and I could, if you have something on that, we can talk about that too. Hey, Circus, you see what you did? You know what I'm saying? You started raising up some, you know what I'm saying, some actions, you know what I'm saying? Cause you said Carter Bradley is the GOAT and everything, man. Hey, hey, the jury's still out, dog. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, and hear me out on this. Hey, the way Telesco and AP has put this team together, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like he's forming this roster together. Hey, anybody could be the GOAT by the end of preseason, right? Um, and again, that just ultimately makes the team better. Ray Love said, "Run them likes, y'all. Run them likes." Hey Ray Love, you have IG. You have IG. If you have IG, hit me up on IG. I need to talk to you offline. Hey Cliff, that's what I've been. See you preaching Raider God. Come on now, preach Cliff. You preaching Raider gospel, man. Hey, that's what I've been saying, and I know a lot of other guys have been saying it too. I'm not saying I'm the originator of that, right? But the way everything is formed out, hey, if Carter Bradley is spinning it and doing his thug thizzle, hey, he may be our starter. Um, and may the best man win. Okay. How the Raiders doing this year? I think they're doing all right. They're building their team. To answer your question, I think they're building their roster. I think they're creating competition at all levels of the roster. You know what I'm saying? From every position, top to bottom. And I think that's ultimately going to make our team better. I think, and this is just an very early prediction. I think because of where we were last year, I think that we'll actually get into the double digit win total because of where our roster has been upgraded. I think 10 to 11 games is actually very doable in regards to where we are. It just depends on a couple of our second year players stepping up and improving, and some of our new free agent additions stepping into their roster roles. But I think we'll be okay. I predict us. Um, I think we have a possibility of being second in our division, um, and maybe knocking at first. If we really want to make some noise, it's going to be tough against the Chiefs. Just to be honest with you, um, but I think we are very strong to be in the second place of our division, which in most cases kind of gives us a slot, a possibility for a slot into the playoffs. So that's what I'm looking at in regards to the Raiders. Again, it's very early. I haven't seen preseason and all of that yet. But I think we're starting to build something here with our new head coach and the GM that we just hired. So, and I think he did well for us in the draft to create the competition and possibly um, setting us up for years of success. Okay, your sister's a fan. Well, hey, Johnny, you're welcome to come over here and tell your sister she's also welcome here too. You know, what I'm saying, tell her to come check out Raider Twan. Is we do some good things over here. We talk to like I said, you see that I'm talking to the chat. I interact with the chat, and I'm really here to support everybody that comes through. So thank you. Shout out Radio Romeo if I didn't shout you out. Yeah, hey, Jack, hey, Johnny, I think that's the question that everybody's really asking right now, and everybody's trying to figure out. And we're debating right now. We're debating on Minshew being the quarterback, or if it's Aiden O'Connell, or Anthony Brown is kind of the dark horse in the third slot. But we shall see, and I think preseason is going to make that clear for the coaching staff and to us who is our starting quarterback. Let's trade Dak for O'Connell. hey, hey, I look, hey, I don't know. That's the question. Um, that is a debate too. Bringing Dak over here, but for the dollar amount, what I'm saying, that Dak might be asking cap wise, I don't know if that benefits us. I really don't know if that benefits us. Um, so yeah, I player wise, yeah, I would trade Dak for Aiden O'Connell, but you have to factor in the contract that Dak is going to be requesting and wanting. Um, moving forward. And is that a price that we are willing to pay? Is the question. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull that up. Okay, you from Texas? Okay. Hey, you guys, and I'll say this in regards to just so you know, I know a little bit about the NFL, and the Cowboys. You guys have some tough things going on over there. You guys have some very talented players that are going to be looking for big money. And I think that's going to be your issue, trying to figure out identify who you guys. Um, I don't think you guys are going to be able to keep everybody unless they can finagle some money moves or something like that, or maybe someone says, "Hey, I'll take less just to keep, what I'm saying, keep a happy home." Um, but I think, um, yeah, I think you guys are in a tough place in regards to your cap. Um, and keeping your talented players. I think you have Michael Parsons coming up. You have uh I think it's CD Lamb that you guys have to pay, and of course Dak is talking about he wants money, right? So um I don't think you guys will be able to afford all those guys. So you guys are in a tough spot. I hope you guys drafted well to replace that or replenish that. Um, but yeah, I think that's where you guys are at right now in regards to your overall situation. But definitely, you're welcome here to talk whatever. And if you have any questions about that, um, it's all good. Hey, well, hey, come on over and get this information. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of outside you know, teams that come over here and listen to us and know that I'm here to talk Raider gospel, you know what I'm saying? To the Raider Nation and whoever that might listen. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and subscribe. Ray Love said nobody wants Dakota trash cat trash cot. Hey, but you know what? Hey, Ray Love, that's going to be the discussion. If it's have not been out there, someone's going to go out there and say, "Hey, why don't y'all get Dak Prescott?" Right? Um, but again, that's just my belief. I think with Dak Prescott, the dollar amount that he's going to be asking for, I don't think right now the Raiders are going to want to um, invest in that. Um, I think they might take their shots in drafting somebody over um, spending that top dollar for someone like a Dak Prescott. Yeah, I think so too. Ray Romeo. Ray Romeo said O'Connell probably has the strongest arm out of all the quarterbacks we have. Yeah, and he has the strongest arm, but it's not the completely strongest arm, just overall. Like there's a lot of other quarterbacks that have stronger arms, but in that room, I think he has a stronger arm. Um, I might actually do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Um, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you guys want me to do a live breaking down all four of our quarterbacks. Put a one in the chat if you want me to break down all four. Do a whole live breaking down our four quarterbacks. And put a zero in the chat if you don't. If you don't want to hear that. Okay? Because if you guys put a lot of ones, I'll you guys know I'll do my homework like I did today. I'll do my homework on that. What you know about that? What you know about that, Romeo? Hey, shout out to Romeo for putting out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see it. I think I deleted it. Um, yeah, I know I deleted it. Let me see. Let me look. Yeah, I deleted it because I had to make room. All right. Um, Shout out to Raider Romeo for what I'm saying remembering. Go watch that old, even though he ain't on the team anymore. But go watch my old video. What I'm saying, where I did some homework and what I'm saying, I let y'all know about the deep ball mattering. Okay, the deep ball matters. Cliff said everyone's saying our quarterback room is weak, but it may turn out to be one of the best. I think so too. I think the competition is going to make that room better, and I think, uh, like I said, whether Minshew's the quarterback and ALC is the backup, I'm not having any anxiety. I'm not stressing out. I'm not like, oh dang, we about to lose this game because our backup quarterback went in. Vice versa. If AOC is our quarterback, our number one, and Minshew is our backup, I'm not gonna be like, oh dang, we about to lose this game. I still believe we got a chance. And I'm not saying that I can take my Raider hat off, you know what I'm saying, and say that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button if you guys have not. For those that are just coming in and moving and grooving and flowing, those that are listening, hey boo, good to see you. I can't pull up the graphics right now. I'm on a different device, but um, good to see you. Thanks for coming in, and I hope all is well. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell has a possibility of being our starting quarterback. Right now, he's penciled in as our number one because he was our quarterback coming out of last year. But he's going to be competing with Gardner Minshew, and we'll see who wins that battle. I think we do have a possibility of making the playoffs. I think our defense is who we're hanging our hat on. I think our defense is what's going to carry this team. Even though I think we've got very talented on our offensive side of the ball, I think it's going to be our defense that's going to hold us, and I think it's going to be our offense that's going to finish off the deal in every game. Definitely. Raider Rebel, good to see you. I hope all is well. Courtney Garrett, good to see you. Blessings to you. Brown definitely going to make Aiden. Make Aiden a lot better. Yeah, I think Brown, like I said, Brown is that dark horse in that room because nobody's really talking about him. Um, but I think in regards to him, um, for me, it's just a we shall see. We'll see what happens in preseason to where they, um, that becomes a becomes a real deal for us. I'm trying to get through the chat here. Get through the chat here. Rare Nation Jason, blessings to you, sir. Hope all is well. Um, I'm gonna hit you on IG. I'll hit you on IG because I got or hit me on IG so I don't forget because I'll get off live and I got a whole. I'm actually about to go fishing in a couple of minutes. That's why I'm trying to get through get through the chat. But yeah, hit me on IG and then we'll talk because I need to get with you on some things. Jeffrey, good to see you. Blessings to you. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Everybody shouting everybody out. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like around here. You guys showing love to each and every one in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We can go at each other, you know what I'm saying, in regards to everybody, each and everyone's take. But definitely show love to everybody in the chat. Do that. Please do that. And Estrada, blessings to you, man. Hope all is well. I'm trying to get to people's comments here while you guys are shouting everybody out and catching everybody I need. You think Wi-Fi Willie? You think Wi-Fi Willie cries when we beat the Saints? Hey, look, that ain't my problem. That is not my problem. Okay, and yeah, I look. That ain't my problem. I have Rumble and Discord. Okay. Uh, Ray, I'm gonna have to connect with you in some way. Um, hmm. Is there anybody and Ray, is there anybody in the Raider Nation that possibly has your number that I might have their number? That might be the only way. Hey, Circus, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And you heard me say that earlier. I think we can get to double digit wins, and I think it really relies on our quarterback not turning the ball over. If our quarterbacks can, whoever our starting quarterback is, if they're not putting us in dangerous situations in regards to turning the ball over and all of that, I think we can get to 11 games. I think that's doable. I think we can be in that ballpark. Okay, email. Um, that might work. Actually, you know what? Hey, hit me up on hit my email. Okay. Um, put MAR. Okay, and then Twan, and then at, and send that to Yahoo. If wherever can push with precision and get the most first downs and touchdowns, especially in the red zone. Yeah, hey, that's what we're gonna need out of our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Um, and especially with all the weapons we have, I think I think we have every single quarterback, every single um, you know, play um, player to really highlight our quarterback. And if they could just get it to those guys, I think they could do the rest. I really believe that they can do a rest. I think we have a lot of guys that are really good at yards after the catch. And what does it take for yards after the catch? For the quarterback to give them the ball. So if we can get that, you know what I'm saying? And I think our real wild card is two things in regards to our offense. I think our wild card is really how solidified we can get our offensive line, how well they play, and how well our run game is. And if we can get those two things going, man, I'll say it really doesn't even matter who our quarterback is at that point. Because I've seen less of a quarterback still win games with a good offensive line and a good running game, along with that defense on the other side. Hey, 2 cents. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. All right. Gravy, good to see you. Blessings to you, sir. Hope all is well. Thanks for coming in. If you guys have not, go ahead and check out Gravy and his top shelf oils. Okay. Go ahead and do that. No pause. No pause. Because he actually sells oils. Like, yeah. Shout out to Gravy. I'm reading your guys' comments. I see the ones. I see the ones. Okay. Okay. I'll be cooking that up. So get ready for that. I will be um, cooking up um, my Raider gospel on our quarterback room. Okay. Give me like a week or two. Give me a week or two. And I'll have that cooking for y'all. Because I like to do my studying, and then I like to put things together, make it real. You know what I'm saying? So if you allow me to do that, um, I'll make sure I put the work in um, for you. And you guys pray for my laptop. Pray for my laptop because I'm not using it and it needs to be in the shop. Freight train, good to see you. I see you in the chat. If I didn't highlight you, Raider Rebel, good to see you. Yeah. So, hey, if you guys haven't heard what I said about the UDFAs, those UDFAs are definitely. Um, I highlighted 7 guys, and then within those 7 guys that I liked and thought that they could do something for us, um, there's 3 guys that I really like, um, and one that I'm really really strong about. But um, go ahead and watch the replay and check that out, so you guys can say, "Hey, you were right, you were wrong, whatever." You know what I'm saying? You guys can grill me on that if you guys want, whatever. Um, I know I get grilled about it anyway, but that's neither here or there. Um, because I have some content creators that are taking my content and running with it. But hey, that's good. I'm glad that you guys believe in the same things I believe in. Um, but I'm actually going to close this out, you guys. Um, wait, let me see. Courtney said something. Brock, Brock and Mayer will help line. Open up extra. Yep. And that, when you have tight ends, there's that flexibility. And that's another thing that I'll be talking about too is our 12 personnel. I'll be breaking down that too, so you guys can get a little insight on that. If you guys have not heard me talk about it before, there's a lot of things we can do in regards to 2 tight end sets, um, and how that confuses defenses. Um, but you guys, I'm going to go. My dad is already looking at me crazy. Because we're going fishing. So, and you guys keep my laptop in prayer. For real. I don't know what's going on my laptop, but keep my laptop in prayer. I'm about to get it in the shop. But I was glad to be able to get this live out to you guys. I hope I said something to help you guys get a better understanding. Maybe some guys to add to your list on who to look for in UDFAs. Let me know down in the comment section who you guys are excited to see out of our UDFAs in the preseason. Maybe guys that you're looking at, and maybe guys that you guys are excited about. Also, you guys know we are on the march for 500 subscribers by week 1. That's right, 500 subscribers by week 1. Um, so go ahead and subscribe and have your chance to win a pair of black Air Forces. Okay. That's right. We have 500 subscribers, and also hit that like button. Okay, hit that like button, and let me tell you why you need to hit that like button.
You fucking cold.
Want me to look in the camera do it? Hey, you guys go ahead and hit them likes. Why? Because I like you. All right, you clip that one right.
And remember, you are a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And you guys know what I always say. Let's go. Raiders.
What up, Lo?
And most of all, winning football games. Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Madden, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams. Tonight the 12th and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis, who declared that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.